Am I the a-hole for telling my mother-in-law she can never visit me or my sister-in-law ever again? My sister-in-law, Alice, is a single mom. She had her first child at 16 and her second by 19. Alice lived with her parents but was often mistreated by my mother-in-law, Pat. My mother-in-law is a mean, petty woman. She wore a light beige dress to my wedding, and anything I do isn't good enough. My grandmother died and I inherited a double condo townhouse. My husband and I moved into one, and the tenants next to us moved out about 6 months ago. Alice was having a hard time, so I told my husband if she could keep it nice, she could move in. Alice is working part-time and going to orthodontics assistant schooling. She's not a troubled person that my mother-in-law makes her out to be. In 6 months, she hasn't been a problem, and the boys are now 7 and 4, so not bad children, just boys. They remind me of my cousins. My mother-in-law was visiting Alice, and the 7-year-old was outside playing and knocking over a planter on my side. Not a big deal. My mother-in-law screamed at him and called him a little N-word because he's a mixed child. I was so angry at her. I told my mother-in-law to leave the property and not come back to visit ever. My sister-in-law was shocked, but cried, saying her mom often spoke to the 7-year-old like that. I told my hubby, and he thinks we overreacted to his mom. And his mom just isn't used to children playing rough because they weren't allowed to. I told my husband a ball bouncing is not rough playing, it's an accident. And his mother's language was inexcusable under any circumstances. So for the boys, mental health that women is not allowed over. His whole family said I'm being dramatic, and Alice has the habit of over-exaggerating everything. But I heard for myself what his mother said, and in 6 months of Alice living in the next condo to us, she has never given me the reason not to trust her or think she's an unfit mother or bad person. Update. My mother-in-law is still insisting she didn't say that, and I misheard her. My husband and I are still arguing over it because he thinks his mother said it in anger because the child broke something expensive. I don't think that's a valid reason to say that to a child or anyone ever.